1979 when few people knew about Ebonics, the study of African American speech. In 1989, black scholars have moved forward from the richness and wisdom of African oral traditions. Now they've started to dismiss the calculated inaccuracies spread about the intelligence of African slaves. Most of us have learned those slaves came to the New World unable to write. That's not true. They may not have known how to speak or write English, but many spoke several languages and knew how to write in their native tongues.
If you saw a people's writing and you were told that they had no writing, you would call it decoration. If you saw Chinese being written and you did not know this was a formal language, you would indeed say, oh, they do good decoration.
What proof do we have to support these claims? Well, the writings themselves.
Well, let me just show you Nsibidi, Mende, the Moom script from the Cameroons, the Vi script from Liberia, and the Bete script from the Ivory Coast. And it's important to expose students to all these different writing systems, because that destroys the myth that African people had no systems of writing, that African people did not write. It's a myth. It's a lie.
Mrs. Harris wrote the essay on literature for Portland, Oregon's groundbreaking research on African studies. You can read part of that research in the Portland Baseline Essays. This project took almost a decade to develop and now used by Atlanta schools in their infusion program. During her research on writing, Mrs. Harris looked at black Americans' cultural linguistic ties to West Africa. But while doing that research, she discovered possible ties the writing in West Africa may have to East Africa, specifically the land of Kemet, which most of us know by its Greek name, Egypt.
Here you have the Nsibidi script on your right, and then you have the Egyptian script on the left. Look at the similarities. Look at them. Comparison between the Egyptian script and the Toma signs. Look at the similarities. See, when you look at stuff like this, then it becomes very hard for people to tell you that, well, Egypt was isolated. Egypt was not a part of Africa. The Mende signs. This is Vi. The Moom. You know what's so interesting? Some of them are identical.